Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey everybody, it's Zach, aka Zach's Reviews. We are back again with another video. And guys, today's episode of Flash was... What episode was this, Beth? All I know is that there's 2 more episodes left, and it's part 1 and part 2 of Bart Allen and Nora Allen. I know that's the 2 next episodes that are happening. Again, we're going to be talking spoilers in this episode, as you guys know. But literally, in this episode, we get Nora and we get Bart at the end of this episode. That's a given for people that have seen this episode. But pretty much the story of today's episode, but my sister's looking up right now what the name of the episode was. But the concept of this episode is, Barry's still trying to stop the other Godspeeds from running around, and I guess it's a civil war between the Godspeeds that I guess are fighting the other ones from trying to stop, I guess, Barry. Like the good ones, I guess, are trying to stop the other ones from taking Barry's speed. At least that's what I was grasping. And I guess they have to find this one guy, which, is the one that the other Godspeeds are, they're like the master that the other Godspeeds are, trying to get Barry's speed. I guess he's the main Godspeed, like he is Godspeed, and the ones that are trying to take Barry's speed, they work for him. But the other ones that are trying to stop them from taking Barry's speed are the good ones, I guess, that, want to find the actual Godspeed, so I guess they won't die, the good Godspeed. So, and to do that, they have to kill the Godspeed that wants Barry's power and that are sending his minions out to get Barry's power. And I guess at the end of all this, if the main Godspeed, his minions go out and gets Barry's powers, they're going to bring it back, and he's going to end up killing his minions. And the other good ones don't want to die, because if they succeed, then they die. Apparently, that's what I'm also gathering. But what was the name of this episode, Beth?
P.O.W.
P.O.W. And this was episode what?
16.
So we have 17, 18. We have 2 more episodes, guys. And while that's going on, we're trying to find the main Godspeed of that time, because they found it in Nora's journal.
His name is August.
And that is Godspeed. I'm still a little annoyed, as you guys know from last week's episode, from the previews that we got the week before last week. It sounded like we were going to get actually Godspeed in the last week's episode, but we didn't. I was annoyed. Right, Beth, didn't they kind of hint, like, we kind of thought that we were going to get Godspeed in last week's episode? From the preview of the week before? They kind of made it sound like that's what we were getting.
We're getting a lot of different Godspeeds,
but they made it sound like we were going to get Godspeed in that preview.
The OG.
Exactly, and I was a little disappointed, as a lot of other people were. This season, as you guys know, I don't like it. It started out good, and it lost me at the forces. It just lost me. And we get more. We saw one of the forces. We saw a time force. His name is I forget the dude's name.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
But he's like the still force. I forgot that man's name. The character Dion. We saw him again. He's protecting Iris. She's like having headaches, and I'm not sure why. My theory is maybe it's because I guess since those Godspeeds are now in Barry's time, that's affecting Nora's. I guess it's not affecting Nora. We thought it was, but actually her future's fine, and I don't know if it has to do with maybe Bart's future on him becoming, of him being alive or not. I don't know what I don't know what this episode was trying to accomplish, because I'm confused.
It definitely raised more questions
than
answered them. But I don't know. This whole season has felt
really
lost. Fragmented to me. I don't get the overall arc of this.
I don't.
Of this season.
And I'm really confused. It was cool to see Diggle again. I found there was a lot of Easter eggs. One of the Easter eggs I found that was really cool to hear him say was when he got one of the hit one of the Godspeeds, one of the minions with I guess was it Nano? What was it?
It was like a
nanobites, courtesy of Ray Palmer. I love how he said that, because that's what Oliver said in, I think, what was it, season 1 of Reverse Flash, when it was Reverse Flash, and it was and then it was Barry, Firestorm, and it was Oliver going against Reverse Flash, and he said those are nanites courtesy of Ray Palmer. I love how Diggle said that. I thought that was sick. I was like, okay, that's a cool nod to the Arrow, back in the Arrow days and stuff, and that crossover that they did. Also, I thought it was cool also because we saw the boot again when we saw Joe when he used the boot on the friend of what's the girl's name? The detective that was working with Joe. These are characters. Kristen Kramer. Yeah, Kristen Kramer. They used the boot again. I thought that was cool too. Other than that, I don't know. I feel like they kind of had to make Joe do something because that's Joe this season, and I think since this season
almost
especially, he's had nothing to do, and I'm just annoyed. He's such a heart and soul of the series, and just lately, sometimes I forget he's there, and it's so sad that they just kind of have really nothing for him to do. And then on the other hand, we see Allegra, working with Esperanza, trying to, she's cured, and she wants to go after,
cured but still
healing, and she wants to go after Black Hole, and and Allegra's like, no, not yet. We have a civil war we're trying to fight here, and I don't know. I don't like the whole. I've heard Civil War so much. Me as a Marvel fan and a DC fan, I've heard the word Civil War too much, so that just throws me off. I feel like they could have used a cooler word. Or a word we haven't really heard before.
It almost feels like an invasion. Like, for Central City people, it's an invasion.
Yeah, why don't you just say invasion or something? Like, something, that pulled me out.
Beyond that, it just feels like it's, we've seen very little of Grant Gustin's Flash actually interact with them. It all feels very distanced. And I think that's the problem, too. It feels like we see more of him coming into the Star Labs and talking about what he did, and we see, as opposed to him really fighting any of them. I don't know.
This season in general, the lack of fighting is what's really annoying to me. It's the whole we're talking our villains down, and we're not gonna.
No, I mean,
let's be real. Like, it's been really we're talking our villains down. We're not gonna actually there's no longer a villain's a villain. I bet you this Godspeed's not even going to be a villain. They're already setting that up, and that's a problem. And if you guys love this season, great for you. This is not this Flash that I loved. This just isn't it. That's not why this isn't. They've totally lost that formula, lost that spark that made me a Flash fan. And I'm confused with the whole. Does it affect time or does it not? I'm sorry. The fact that Diggle said it was okay, I understand where you're coming from, Barry, that, why can't you go to the future? He's like, why? Did he forget that he had, what was it, a daughter at first?
Yeah.
And then now it's a boy because of Barry? Could you imagine if, you're saying it's okay for him to do it and he does and you lose your kids? What if you lose Lila? We don't, and you're just going to say that's okay? That really annoyed me because that's not like Diggle. Diggle, it was really hard for Barry to earn Diggle's respect again after what he did. It was very hard.
Flashpoint.
What was it? Or Crisis? No, not Crisis. It was the Invasion. It was Invasion. That's when he first knew.
Oh.
When he first told, he was like, remember, I have a daughter.
Right.
Yeah. And it took him a while to say, because he's like, I can never forgive you for that. And it took him a while. And now out of nowhere, he forgot that he had a daughter. And out of nowhere now he's like, oh, it's okay. If I was in your place, there was nothing I would do for family. I mean, dude, I understand that, but are you kidding me? I was like, this doesn't make sense. And the whole kids coming back from the future to the past, that has to affect something, right? I can't imagine it's just...
because don't forget, when Nora did it in season...
Cicada wasn't supposed to be there.
Right, it messed up everything with Cicada when she came back.
So I'm confused now. What's the rules now? Because we had rules, I'm confused. And also the Godspeed's entering the Speed Force now, but they're not actually speedsters. Even that I'm confused, because they run by Velocity X, and you can't enter the Speed Force. That's never happened before. I'm confused. I'm so confused. I'm lost. They better explain this, because I'm sorry. If they can't explain that to me. And also, there's just so much going on. There's so much going on. And it's too...
I feel like that's one of the problems, though, is that it's been an uneven season. And so because of this, character motivations aren't totally clear yet. How things are going to shake out aren't really clear yet. And we still have 2 episodes left, that's true. But it feels like everything is happening too late. It feels like we're not getting, the fun clues that lead up and build on everything.
Yeah,
And it doesn't feel like one domino falling into the next. It just feels like more chaotic.
Well, I mean, you said it best with the whole visions in his sleep, because you can't do what Zack Snyder did with the whole. They're trying to modify it and what they can do because they don't want to make an exact copy.
It was reminiscent. What I was saying is that the way Nora, the daughter, is appearing
speaking
to
through
Barry,
a dream.
It is reminiscent of when
Ezra
Miller came to Bruce
in a dream. He was sleeping
saying,
at first.
Bruce,
Yeah.
And it was reminiscent of that. But, so I feel like, are they trying to go with
that tone or something, or go with something is coming or something? I don't know what they're trying to do here.
And they're using that device, the dream device.
And also, I don't know. As you guys know, I was never a fan of Nora's character. I didn't care that she showed up at the end. I knew she was coming. I was like, okay, she's here, fine, whatever. I don't know. We saw Bart Allen for the first time. I mean, he had that, like, you know how, like, Bart Allen from Young Justice talks really fast, and he's like, oh, yeah, this, and that. And I thought he was a cool character in, Young Justice. But I'm going to be honest, I wasn't really quite sure why he was, like, he was very behind on when Nora showed up. Like, she was like, just wait. I don't know why he took so long to get there. Is she faster than him? I'm confused on that. And, like, did he get his powers later than she did? I'm hoping they explain that, because I don't know what's going on with that. If they're the same speed, or is one faster than the other because one had more training. I mean, she did have training with her dad. Maybe that's why. I don't know. And also, I don't know. And when I know we're gonna get the whole cringy wordplay that they use from the future. She used sway. He's using crash. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. I thought that was very cringy when we had I forget what season Cicada was. I think that was in season. I think it was in 5. Yeah, 6, 7. Yeah, I was in 5. I was never a fan of any season after season 3, and that was my biggest problem with the Nora character, is because the whole shui. I just didn't like the tone of, like, her. I guess of the slang for her future.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it.
It just cringed me out. It takes me out. I don't know, guys. Again, if you really love this season, I'm super happy for you. But again, at the end of the day, this is just my opinion on how I feel about the episode, the season. I mean,
will say, in the positives, though, I do think that it was nice to see Joe have something kind of storyline and something to do. I do like Kristen Kramer. I think the actress is really good.
But even that takes me out, because I thought she was going to be the villain. It was like, okay, she's using the system against the Flash team.
But
I thought that would have been cool.
But her arc, to me, makes sense. At least the way she's evolving makes sense.
Even that, I'm confused.
Well,
I'm assuming, because the dude said she died, and I'm thinking, okay, are you a metahuman and you don't know it, or?
No, I think he was just saying.
You think he was just saying? I don't know.
Joe and Kristen Kramer's little
adventure
was nice. They did a great job with it. Chuck.
I did not care about that section at all. It was very boring.
I didn't mind it.
I was like, I don't know. That dude was so over the top. The hunter dude, I was like, dude, you need to chill out. I'm like, you're over the top for sure.
But Chuck, what's his name? They call him Chuck.
What's his? They call him something. The Dunks or something. No, they're not.
Something.
I forget.
I like him as a character.
The Runks. They call him the Runk or Runks or something. Or
poor guy keeps getting yelled at by
dude.
everyone.
Chester can never. His name is Chester. He can never catch a break. He flew across the room in the last episode. He's like, I got some snacks. And he went up.
It's just everyone always seems mad
at him.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but I thought Barry grew up when he said, I can't go in time anymore. And that was what you were going to do. So much bad crap happens when you do that, dude. I'm sorry. There's no exception.
But Diggle talked him into it.
And that doesn't make sense. A plot, that doesn't make sense. You can't allow them to... That's my main problem. You can't... When you build a story and you're building roles in a show and you're building characters that are against of a big plot like that, of him going to the future that affects the past, you cannot change that character like that, saying it's okay. When that was such a big growing of him growing that he couldn't do that.
But I will say, when that first happened with Diggle, he didn't actually have kids yet.
He had a kid. He did. He already had his daughter. That already happened. He
that
undid
wasn't
it.
Part of the. Oh, okay, okay.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
Oh, I
and I'm
see.
getting irritated, guys. Again, I'm trying to contain myself a little
one
bit,
last thing,
but
though. To end it on a high note, I still think Grant Gustin's acting is really good.
Grant Gustin's amazing.
But I feel like the script
I
is
love the
doing him favors.
I mean, again, at the end of the
know.
day, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Yeah, it's not.
So his acting was really good.
It's always great.
And I liked how they wrapped up Esperanza's character. They gave her kind of
that was
a
very
tragic
quick.
End. It was really
It was very quick. I was kind of hoping. I mean, if
quick.
anything, you're putting in so much work to build up that moment. Oh my God, she's gonna get cured. She's gonna get
Right.
cured, and out of nowhere, you kill her.
But
And what does that do for Allegra's character? Is she gonna want revenge now? I'm confused.
well, I think she's gonna feel really guilty
Oh,
because
100%.
she
She
said,
chose-
"You are my real family.
Yeah.
I should have gone with you."
That's gonna
So I don't know if there'll be fallout from that.
There
But
most likely will be.
I am one of those people that believe you have to let a series have moments where it just gets really bad. And I thought that they should have killed off someone in the main core Flash group, like in season 3.
But they never did, and that's a
They
problem
never
now.
did. So you just never get a sense of
and-
oh wow, it's like life and death. The
Well, we know
stakes
it's
are
not.
high.
I know it's never gonna happen. It probably won't. I can't imagine now. We've gone so far in this series. It's kind of like now, even if it happened, I wouldn't care, and that's what annoys me. It should have happened sometime after season 3. Like we had to break the oh my God, Iris was saved, and right in season 4, if she would have died, or someone would have died. It would have been, oh my God, they got us thinking that our characters are fine, but our characters are not. So that's a problem a little bit. It's just that I don't know where this is going, and I can't imagine they're going to save this in 2 episodes. Again, I love all you guys for saying, just stick in there and all that, but I will. I'm definitely going to finish this season. I'm most likely going to watch next season because we've gotten this far, and I'm sorry, in my way of a wreck, that I'm going to keep going until this series either gets canceled, if it ends, I don't know.
Here's the thing that
we're going to keep going.
Here's the thing I think they need to do to kind of get it back on track is just really take a look at how they can bring it back to be super personal to Barry and what they can do to make it more of a singular overarching thing. Because, like I said, we started out with Mirrorverse, then we went to the Flash, to the Forces, and then we're going to Godspeed. It's like we've had 3 seasons all rolled up in one, but they're so quick. It's like they don't get to invest.
Well, even the Forces thing, that was so big and ended quick.
Very quickly. They're going too fast. Like, the Forces thing could have been an entire season.
It could have been just a season.
And to explore the dynamic.
Said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just too clustered, and it's so many things they're trying to tie in and make a bow, make the Forces tie into all this. And I thought, and also another plot hole I'm having is that I thought the Force family would make Barry faster. They all said that you're going to be stronger, faster. I'm sorry, he keeps getting his butt kicked by these robots, these just bots, these just clones, and it's just sad to see because Barry should be faster than them. The Force family, it's stronger than the normal Speed Force now. How the heck is he having trouble here? That's another plot problem, guys.
And I don't get why...
I don't understand. If you can explain to me...
I don't get why the Still Force can't leave and just, zap them all at once.
He clarified that he needs to protect Iris. I guess if he's not around her, she could die, I'm assuming, because we don't even know what's happening to her. That's another thing. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know if it's because maybe, it's Bart's future that maybe if that's because originally Bart wasn't there. Something must have happened that made him be. I don't know.
Where are the other Forces?
Nora, the mom, or not the mom, but the Force mom or whatever. She's trying to stop. I guess. The other minions, I'm assuming, because that's what he said. He said she's trying to do that while the other ones are... I don't even know. All I know is I think he just mentioned the Nora. That's all I don't know.
Like I said, I truly believe that any one of these...
Again, the show isn't giving me enough answers.
Well, besides the Mirrorverse one, because that was more like the tail end of last year, but... The Forces, the Godspeed thing, all of those things could be separated into their own season and be really explored in a good way, as opposed to just feeling like it's so rushed. This season, that's what it is. It feels too rushed. And, like, we're not getting emotional impact with this.
I've been getting frustrated. It's not even, like, I'm getting frustrated at the story. I'm not happy anymore with the show. I'm going to keep watching it because, I mean, and people need to, like, when you do reviews, you want to tell people the truth, your honest opinion, and that's what I'm going to give you guys, is my honest opinion. Again, if you love this show still, that's great. My love for this show is just, like, it's just not there anymore. A lot of people are feeling the way I'm feeling about this show. I've been seeing that. I just they've lost that spark of who the Flash is, like who Barry Allen is, and like his group of friends that he became friends with that help him take on the problems. But it's almost now like it's like he isn't solving the problems for himself. He's always getting, like, he's not really like getting his own strength a lot of the times. He has to get motivated to do something, or he's not really thinking about his own problems. He's given the problem, like the solutions to the problems. I don't see him having that struggle anymore, but he's getting angry. And when people try to help him, I don't know. It's just the character's not the same. And it's not like, I was like, oh my god. I saw Oliver. Remember, I told my sister, I'm like, oh my god, Diggle's going to be like, you just sounded like Oliver there. That scene where he just yells at Chester. I'll put money on it that he's going to say something like, oh, you reminded me of Oliver. That would have been a perfect time for the writers to be like, oh, we should be like, wow, you just reminded me of Oliver right there. Because that's weird that Diggle didn't mention Oliver at all either. I understand he's gone, but, like, that would have been I thought that would have been cool. Just a little perfect, oh my god, like, you know, remember how it was like, this was how it was for me when I did that. I thought that would have been cool, but they didn't mention Oliver at all. Also, it was cool that they're getting ready. I don't know if Diggle's having a spin-off of him as Green Lantern. But I do like how they mentioned, what did it say? Like, in his head, it was saying, like,
Other worlds await.
Other worlds await, or whatever. Or I thought that was sick. I'm a big Green Lantern. Yeah. Worlds await. I thought that was sick. I thought it was cool because I love Green Lantern. I can't wait. I'm super excited we're getting Green Lantern's daughter in Stargirl. I'm super excited for that. I love Stargirl, but I just hope that, I also find it weird that he hasn't used the ring yet. I wish they would have showed the ring and he would have showed Barry, because I thought that would have been cool. Like, and be like, okay, what do you think this is? Because I think he said he was going to Gotham, and I know it was in an episode of Gotham that maybe he's heading there after this now, even though the episode already happened. So I'm confused to know, like, did he show it in Gotham? Not Gotham, in Batwoman. Did they show it for the people that watch Batwoman on here? Did that happen? Did he show the ring on that show or no? And if so, like, I'm excited because we have yet to see the actual ring. We saw the glow of the ring, but we didn't see the ring yet. I don't know if they're waiting for the show, if they're making a spinoff. I hope they are, because that would be sick. Because we have yet to have a Green Lantern show, so I'm excited if they're doing that. But other than that, guys, I mean, if you like this episode, that's great. I'm really happy for you. Again, I just get frustrated. It makes me sad because this is a show I really cared about. Like, when I was younger and the show came on, I pretended I was the Flash running down the street, and I forgot how old I was. But it made me feel like a kid again, the show. And I don't feel it anymore. And it's just sad because I know Grant Gustin never disappoints me. It's not his fault if the writing is, if it's bad, it's not his fault. He's a great actor. It's a great all-around cast. It's just it's the writing. We need more. Really we need more writers in the story room. Essentially, there needs to be more writers. There needs to be more.
I also think that the special effects are off.
The special effects are bad. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
We know where their budget's going. It's going to Stargirl. It's going to Superman and Lois. The good writing team is going to Stargirl, going to Superman and Lois. I'm being honest. If you guys watch Stargirl and Superman and Lois, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's top-notch comic book quality stuff, and I've lost it pretty much. I just don't know where they're going with this. And again, another problem I have, and this will be it, and then I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say in the comments down below, but I'm confused. We have yet again, this is the same problem that Barry needs help. It seems like a lot lately with speedsters. He needs help, and Bart and Nora are going to help him defeat the Godspeeds, and it's like, and I guess Jay's coming back too, and it's like, I don't want that. I do not want that. From the speedsters we've had, he's been able to, like, defeat them almost, like, on his own, but he has a little bit of help. But he defeats them, like, it's personal, he does it himself, but with his friends and his team. But, like, now he's going to need actually help. They're going to be in the fight with them, fighting them, and it's kind of like, I don't want that. you got to show that he's grown. He is as strong as you're claiming with the forces being there. He's stronger, faster. I'm not seeing that. They keep claiming every season that he's faster, but we have yet to see that speed, that strength. I haven't seen it. It's true. When have we ever seen Barry, like, when they're claiming he's faster? Like when he came back from season 4 out of the Speed Force, the speed for as long as he's been in there, they're like, you're faster, you're stronger. And then he ended up getting beat all the time by DeVoe. That's just crappy. Why are you saying that if you're not going to do it? That doesn't make sense. It just pulls me out. But guys, I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say in the comments down below. Again, if you guys are happy, I'm happy for you. I'm thrilled. But I can't wait to talk to you guys in the comments down below. But without further ado, I'm going to end this video here. Again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, put in those notifications, like this video. But I'm going to end this video here. I hope everybody has a great day, a safe day. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.